Welcome to my channel YouTube, and this is Mr. Ben 809 coming to you with a review of the Qanba Dragon arcade stick, which is what we have in front of us right here today. And I just want to let you guys know some info on this arcade stick, answer some questions I had before I purchased it. I did purchase this with my own money. Nobody's letting me borrow this. I will have this post review. And yep, like I said, only wanted to go over a few details that I think are left out of other reviews, or that the website itself doesn't go over, and overall just give my opinion on this stick and whether it's worth the money or not. Keep in mind that this stick does not compete with the TE2, with even Qanba's own Obsidian. It doesn't compete with the Hori Wrap. It doesn't compete with any of that. This stick is meant to compete with like the Hori Vulix. It is a higher end stick. It is a $300 stick. It's not meant to compete with any of those lower end sticks. I am sorry about the fan noise, if any of you guys hear that through the video. It's extremely hot where I'm located, and yeah, I had to keep the fan on. But anyways, back to the review. From what I've experienced between this and the Hori Vulix, this is a lot better built than the Hori Vulix in terms of how solid of a chassis this has. Now, this has many little features that the Hori Vulix is not going to have. The first thing is, like other Qanba arcade sticks, this lights up when you press the buttons on this side, or this lights up when you press the buttons on this side. This lights up when you press the arcade stick. So if you can see it right there, that's lighting up. As well as these sides, a light comes out of here, and a little bit from the top. So right there, if this were nighttime, you would see some red coloring bleeding out of there, and the same thing with the buttons. So, well, that doesn't do anything because I'm playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But if you can see, when I press any of these buttons, you can see that the light bar up here does in fact light up. Now, this isn't that different from a TE2 when it comes to the arcade pieces themselves, such as the buttons and the Sanwa stick. However, because this is a luxury stick, they do go the extra step. The extra step being, even like this ball is a metal ball. I don't think it's real metal, but it's metal enough to where it feels like metal, and most people won't know the difference. These buttons are your basic Sanwa. They have a name, whether it be OBSF or whatever, Sanwa Denshi, whatever the difference is. These are your run-of-the-mill. I have played the Tournament Edition Mad Cat stick, and as far as the buttons and the stick goes, besides this being metal, there's not that much of a difference, at least that I can feel. However, this stick is about the extra stuff. Now, right here you can see it has two hinges, one right here, one right there. Sorry about the glare. Those two hinges are the two hinges I pressed to get this thing to come up. Now, down here, oops, sorry about the glare again. This stick has a lot of space inside of it. I usually just keep a gate, an extra microfiber cloth in case I need one, or what have you. Now, inside of here, if you guys can see that, everything is well organized, and the stick itself is protected with a nice plastic covering, so that you don't bump anything or anything like that doesn't happen. I did install an octagonal gate because I play a lot of fighting games and stuff like that. So for me, that was a necessity. Now, something that's really nice about this, you can't see it, or you can maybe see it, but right here, it has a light that comes down and shines on the mat right here. And this little light right here, it's really nice because you can see everything when you're working here at night. It's not the best light they could have put in, but it's definitely something extra that you don't see in many other arcades. Now up here is an audio jack, so if you're trying to play at night and you're not trying to bother anybody, or you're trying to speak with your friend over PSN or whatever, you do have that. Now, what else can we say about this stick? Up here, it has pretty much any feature. Oh, wish that could focus. Yep, there we go. Sorry about the glare. Well, anyways, right here you have turbo. I guess this is for LED. They are nice enough to include an L3 and R3 button, along with the regular share and options. You also have a switch to go from PS4 to PS3 to PC, and you also have a switch for the stick. As you can see right here, this stick is a fingerprint magnet. Yeah, you can definitely see it, but the fingerprints just keep on coming. So it is a fingerprint magnet. And now we're going towards the end of this review, so these are the negative parts. And yeah, that's my first negative, is that you need a microfiber cloth to clean up your stick a lot, because this stick is very shiny. I would say it's even worse than like a PS3 when it comes to being a fingerprint magnet. Now, what other downfalls does this joystick have? It's very heavy, and I'm a bigger guy. I usually don't have a problem carrying stuff like this around. For me, it's not a problem, but if you're a smaller dude and you find the tournament edition stick heavy, you are gonna find this twice as heavy, and that's because it is, I believe, twice as heavy from what I've felt. So there's that. Another problem is the compatibility. This only works for PS4, PS3, and PC. I haven't tested it out with Xbox One, but I assume if there is some type of compatibility there, it's not complete. And the other big downfall for this is obviously the price. This is a $300 stick. It's just expensive as the Hori Vuelix. It's even a bit more expensive than the TE2, and it's one of the sticks that's gonna hurt your wallet a little bit more. However, I will say, and now I'm coming up to my final conclusion now that I got all the positive and all the negatives out the way, I can give you guys what I think about this stick. This stick is, to put it in plain words, it's amazing. What this stick is not, it's not a portable tournament stick. It's not something that's going to leave your house all the time. This is a stick you buy once. Me personally, I love to mod stuff. I mod almost everything I have. So I kind of really do want to mod this stick, but this stick is actually such a nice stick that I kind of don't want to. Kind of just want to leave it stock because it's very, very, I don't want to say perfect, because perfect might be the wrong word. But it has its own character the way it comes out of the box, and I think modding it might destroy that character a little bit, if you can say that. But this stick is awesome if you do have the money and you're a huge fighting game fan, and you know you're gonna be beating up a stick, and you know you're gonna want a stick for a while. This is definitely the stick to get. If you're a stick collector and you have extra cash, which, Jesus Christ, if you just have $300 laying around, you know, go out and you love fighting games and 2D platformers, yep, go ahead, get this stick. This stick is awesome. I've only tried it out with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is what I'm currently playing. So you can see there. And I've tested it out with the PS4 version of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. However, if you guys experience any problems with this arcade stick, leave it in the comments down there. If you guys, any questions or concerns, feel free to ask them. But anyways, you guys have a good one.